พิเศษ30 บาทถึง31 ตุลาคมนี้ที่7-Eleven Farm House English
ความสุขสดใหม่ที่มีให้กันมาตลอด
อะไรถูกใจเรา Farm House Farm House
Hello! I forgot my controller. Wait. Let me see. Why am I like this? Why am I always like this? Okay. Okay, controller, water. Okay. It's always like this when I'm with my PS5. Okay. Welcome everybody. Okay, I just woke up, so my voice is not awake just yet, and my English as well. So if I speak anything funny, please laugh at me. Okay. It's so hot. It's been a rather hot morning for me. So yeah. Hello everybody. Hello. Let me open up my chat. I haven't opened up my chat. Where is it? It's here. Okay. Stream manager. Okay, I got it. Is it here? Is it here yet? Is it here? Hello? Okay, I think it's here. Okay. Hello everybody. Konnichiwa. Hello. And you know what? I told you yesterday that I were going to take some pills for my blocked nose before I go to bed. Unfortunately, I forgot. But it should be okay. Okay, so is the sound okay? Okay, you know what I forgot? I forgot my headphones. Oh my god. Okay. I was like, why is it so quiet? It's because I don't have my headphone on. Okay, I got it now. Okay, everything is fine. Everything looks fine. So today we're gonna continue new items unlocked in the gallery. What is it? I'm gonna load it, and we're gonna start on episode 2. Take your pills right now. I can't because it's gonna make me drowsy. It's gonna make me drowsy. Okay, we start the episode 2 right away. The murder that occurred in my office. The return of the great thief Yatagarasu. Oh, thinking back, everything began on that fateful day 2 days ago. It's always a fateful day for this game. Eh? Go you? Yes, everything began high up in the air, 9,000 feet in the air to be precise. It's Go-Yo, I think. Thank you for flying Go-Yo Airlines. We are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. We are asking all passengers to please return to their seats and fasten their seatbelts. What the heck? Why are these things on the plane? March 12, 613, Flight G390, first floor, lounge. Yeah. Why do I feel like I just woke up from a horrible nightmare? 613, huh? I guess it was out cold for about 10 minutes. Huh, slight turbulence indeed. Yeah, exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. For your safety, we ask that you Return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. I suppose turbulence is to be expected on a flight, though admittedly I'm less than comfortable with anything as resembling earthquakes. What's this? A travel wallet? But it's not mine. How did someone else's travel wallet wind up in my pocket? Yeah, my head. Why won't this headache go away? I'll take care of this travel wallet later, or hand it off to an attendant. Ugh! From earthquake-like turbulence to an elevator? Oh yeah, he's not good with elevator. What am I doing hesitating like this? Actually, I know full well why I hesitate. It was when I was still but a young child. I was caught up in a murder that happened in an elevator. But how long am I going to let my past haunt me? It's just an elevator. I'm a grown man now. I need to behave like one. Ooh, what in the world happened? Is there something wrong, sir? I must ask that you please return to your He's dead! Please calm down. We mustn't jump to conclusions without all the facts. What's wrong? Did something happen? You murderer! What? No! You have it all wrong. It wasn't me. Okay. What kind of plane is this? March 12 for 6:41 a.m. flight G390 second floor first class. Everyone, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have an important announcement. I'm one of your flight attendants today, Rhoda Teneiro, I think. Unfortunately, we have just had a minor accident on this. A minor accident? An accident? Don't treat us like we're stupid. I caught a glimpse and it was a murder. What? A murder? What's going on with this flight? Everyone, please calm down. There's no reason to panic. This flight will stay on course and make its scheduled landing. We're still currently in the middle of the rough patch of turbulence. So, until we're out of this area of turbulence, I'll ask that you please remain seated. But someone was killed, right? I mean, what about the killer? Let me off! Please, there is no need to feel threatened. We have already apprehended the culprit. I ask that everyone please remain calm. What the heck is he talking about? Why should we remain calm? My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecutor, and I assure you I'm not the killer. Ha! Being a prosecutor doesn't make you incapable of murder, buddy. Now you listen here. I'm not the killer. I simply found the body. So you say, however, I'm sure that you are the perpetrator of this crime. I swear on my honor as a professional flight attendant. Oh, is that right? I know what I saw. And there's even very strong incriminating evidence to back me up. What kind of incriminating evidence is she talking about? We have already alerted the proper authorities at our destination. Until we land, you will remain in your custody by the powers vested in our captain. I'm very sorry, but please understand our situation. Your situation? I'm more concerned with mine and the direction it's going in. I'm not about to just sit idly while idly by while I get accused of murder. Miss Teneiro, is it? Yes. I was wondering if you might give me a chance. A chance to do what? A chance to plead my case, and a chance to ask what you meant by incriminating evidence just now. To accuse a passenger of such a grave crime without allowing to give a proper defense. Can the professional flight attendant inside of you really call this action righteous? You have a point. Very well, I'll listen to what you have to say. But be wary of what you reveal. I'm afraid you will only look even more suspicious if your explanation fails to satisfy. What the heck? Who is she? She doesn't look like a professional flight attendant. She looks like a professional, crappy lawyer. Also, do not have the time to deal with you all day, so please make it quick. Of course, as you wish. Good. Very well then. Let's get started. I know for a fact that I didn't kill that man in the elevator. What I don't know is what sort of evidence she has up her sleeve. But I'm certain it doesn't fit with how the crime really occurred. What Miss Tenedo saw. I swear to tell the whole truth as a professional flight attendant. Fortunately for you, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm certain you are the killer. The scene I saw in front of the elevator, it was you standing there with fresh blood dripping off of the murder weapon. So if you would please cooperate, I would turn you over just as soon as we land. What? A murder weapon? Hello! I'm so sorry. I don't feel like being very enthusiastic with my tone of voice right now because I just woke up and my voice hasn't been awakened. Hello, welcome. Hello, good to see you on my birthday. Happy birthday. Murder on the plane? Yes, it's a murder on the plane. It's a murder inside an elevator on the plane, to be exact. What's it? What's your evidence? I don't think you could ask for a more perfect witness testimony. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? Not really. It's hardly perfect when there's a gaping hole in it. But yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for spending your time with me on your birthday. Thank you. Okay, rebuttal, let's go! I swear to tell the truth as a professional flight attendant.
Hold it!
Tell me, what exactly puts a pro in professional flight attendant for you? Well, it means we are very professional about how we take care of our passengers. Services like fetching papers and responding to calls are done with speed and accuracy. I can assure you that I give testimonies with the same level of professionalism. But I'm sure you have already realized that by now, right? It's a bit hard to appreciate your professionalism when I'm the one under suspicion. And there you have it. My professional testimony is accurate and reliable. Fortunately for you, okay.
Hold it!
You certainly seem sure of yourself. Of course, a professional flight attendant can't afford to make mistakes after all. Perhaps, but you must admit there are few who can look at a murder with a clear mind. We attendants all go through extensive training and are always calm and collected. Well, we'll even calmly serve you coffee if you so wish as the plane makes a splashdown. I fail to see how that would be the calm and rational thing to do in an emergency. Even until bitter end, we are there to serve the passengers. That is the duty of all professional flight attendants. You certainly are confident. Anyway, shall we return to your testimony? Okay.
Hold it!
Yes, what did you see in front of the elevator? That's what I was just about to tell you, Mr. Edgeworth. Framed by the elevator doors and bathed in the light coming from within.
Hold it!
Yeah, that is a he said, she said situation. Exactly. The murder weapon dripping with blood? Really now. I swear that was the grisly scene I saw before me. Thank goodness it wasn't a passenger who saw, or there'd be widespread panic by now. As I recall, you were quite panicked yourself at the time. Excuse me? You were scared enough to misread the situation and accuse me of murder. Nonsense! Professional flight attendants cannot afford to be that flustered. I witnessed the murder scene and I'm now listening to your defense, all with a smile. Apparently, you also lie with a smile on your face. Okay.
Hold it!
I'm not the culprit, and yet you would keep these restraints on me? Mr. Edgeworth, please try to understand that what kind of situation you're in right now, and what exactly is my situation. I have the backing of the captain to keep you bound in this way. We are within our legal right to restrain anyone who might threaten our captain mid-flight. In essence, you're in the same situation as someone who has been arrested by the police. So I'm to stay restrained until I can clear up all of her doubts? At least I'm close. Her mistake shines like the silver lining on a dark rain cloud. And I'm going to capture some of that light with evidence. Let's go! I think it's this one. Ooh, what is this? Details, meals, movies, and other service inside. Okay, let's see. Ah, flight itinerary. Oh wow, okay. Ah. Body found at 6:15 a.m. inside the elevator stopped at the first floor lounge. Picked up off the floor in front of the elevator. It isn't mine. Whose it? Whose is this?
Objection!
Mr. Nero. Well, what is with the yelling all of a sudden? Ah, force of habit. Well, it doesn't matter. Mr. Nero, you say you saw the murder weapon dripping with blood. Is that correct? Yes, all that blood. Drip, drip, drip. Just recalling that scene sends a chill down my spine. Sorry, but your so-called professional flight attendant training has failed you. What? I'd like to direct your attention to this. Do you know what this is? It's a travel wallet, right? But it looks a little big and bulky. The thing you saw me holding when I discovered the dead body in an elevator was this very travel wallet, Mr. Tanero. What? Impossible! Now then, do you still think I'm the killer? That I killed him with a travel wallet? I saw blood dripping from the wallet. I know I did. Ooh! I forgot to turn that on again. But thank you so much for following. As you can see, this wallet is clearly stained. Wait, let me go open that program up. I forgot again. Why am I like this? Wait, I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry. Okay, let me have something. Okay. I'm gonna open it now. So please. Okay. Wait for me. I'm so sorry. Hello, welcome. I like when she is surprised, her head flips up. Yeah, it's so nice. I love this game because of this. Like the reaction and everything is so over the clouds. Like everything. Okay. It should work now, I think. Okay. It should work now. Okay, let's go. But if you would be so kind as to take a whiff. Hello, welcome everybody. I think you'd agree it's only grape juice. Then, that's right, you Mr. Grape Juice for blood. The murder weapon dripping with blood does not, in fact, exist. No! There, that should clear up that pesky accusation. Wait just a sec. Every wallet could be deadly if it was wrapped around something heavy. I demand that you show me what's inside, please. She's trembling and tacked on please at the end. Sounds like I've got her. There's no need to look inside. Even you can tell from its appearance. From its appearance that it's light. No! I can't be sure of anything until I see the contents of that wallet for myself. She's a persistent one. I suppose we have no choice but to see what's inside. Mr. Nero, if you would be so kind as to open the wallet and check its contents for me. Alright? I usually don't pry into passengers' belongings, but we have no choice here. Okay, let's see. Grape juice stains the outer cover. True, but it was I who dropped it in the juice. However, I didn't do it out of ill intentions. Borginia? It seems that his passport is all that's in here. As you saw, there's nothing but a passport inside. This renders your wallet was a murder weapon argument moot. Wouldn't you agree? Please hear me out, Mr. Edgeworth. What is it now? Well, I was wondering whose passport is it exactly? Can I take a look? Why not? I'm rather curious myself. This is... Just as I thought. This travel wallet belonged to Mr. Akbay Hicks. which makes it the victim's property. Ah. You stole the victim's wallet, didn't you? How dare you? You said it yourself. You claimed to be holding this wallet in your hands when I found you. Perhaps I did misconstrue the wallet for the murder weapon, but it seems that I wasn't wrong about who the culprit is. The logic. As you claim... Sorry, I'm having some jellies right now. The murder weapon is not a travel wallet. However, it is something you stole from Mr. Hicks after you were done with the vile deed. I find it hard to believe myself, but your motive was very simple. You were out to steal Mr. Hicks's money, weren't you? No, he's not, because the elevator is full of money. So even though I didn't have the murder weapon on me, you still suspect me, I see. You stood up at the crime scene with the victim's wallet in your hands. How can I turn a blind eye and not suspect you of foul play? Rebuttal, let's go!
Hold it!
Shouldn't that be proof enough for you that I did not murder the victim? Not at all! Oh, and why not? Because that wallet may not have been what I thought it was.
Hold it!
You think I stole it? Yes, I'm very sorry to say it, and I wouldn't usually be so rude, but it must be said. I never thought I'd see today, but here I am calling a passenger a thief. Maybe I should put on a serious face and say it more directly. I believe you removed the wallet from the victim's personage. It really doesn't matter how you phrase it. What I'd like to know is why you think I stole Mr. Hicks's wallet. I've watched a lot of shows about lawyers and this is entertaining. Yeah, this game is really good. And very surreal as well. I find it hard to believe myself.
Hold it!
I don't think I have any sort of motive to speak of. I've never met Mr. Hicks before, and our only connection is this one flight. But that is more than enough of a reason. How do you figure? He was sitting in the first class, and I think the implication is quite clear. You were out to steal Mr. Hicks's money, weren't you?
Hold it!
Cockamamie? What does that mean? Like ridiculous? You think I was after his money? Where did that cockamamie idea come from? True, you are also a passenger in first class, but I thought something was up about you and those deeply etched lines on your forehead. What? They're not lines, they're perfectly normal and a part of my natural face. I don't think I've never met someone with such a terrible countenance on a flight before. And that's when it hit me. You have the face of someone with money trouble. She really is making a fool of herself pursuing this line of logic. I should spare her and present the piece of evidence that contradicts her testimony.
Objection!
I wonder if I might get a word in, Miss Ternero. What is it now? Miss Ternero? I wonder if you not notice a contradiction within your own testimony. What are you talking about? It's simply impossible that the motive for this murder was monetary theft. One glance at the crime scene should have told you that. What about this scene? This scene would prove that the motive for the murder was not the money.
Take that!
if I may direct your attention to the things strewn over the floor. Ah, that's right, the floor is covered in bills and coinage. By your rationale, these were very things the killer was after. Ah! It means ridiculous or implausible. Ah! Cockamamie. That is so sounds British. I think we can assume that the wallet fell during the victim's struggle with his killer. And I would think that the killer would have noticed something like money scattering everywhere. Furthermore, as you can see, there was no effort made by the killer to gather the money. But the wallet! Ah yes, the wallet. You will also recall that the only thing in it was Mr. Hicks's passport. Ah! If you are really insisting that it was a crime based on greed, then you're claiming that it was all for an empty travel wallet. Forgive me, please! Hey, what the heck? Are you saying the attendant's wrong? So that guy isn't the killer? Don't believe it, everyone. It's a trick. Nah. Will you all please be quiet? Mr. Nero. Yes? You lost your cool when you saw the dead body. Plus the lounge was dark, and looking into the light from the elevator, it's easy to see how you mistook the wallet in my hand for the murder weapon. I take no offense that you thought that I was a killer, Mr. Edgeworth. Thank you for releasing me. What is it now? Mr. Tenero, if you could please translate, that'd be much obliged. It sounds like Borginian, but I don't understand any of it. There's another attendant on this flight who... I said that he's giving the runabout. I don't require an interpreter. I speak English just well, see? You, the attendant. Yes, sir. I want this person to be under the arrest until we arrive at the airport. I'm sorry, sir, but what exactly are you hoping for? What is it you want? I'm finished talking to the likes of you. Please, I would like to hear why you would like me to be held under arrest until we land. You! How dare you try to waste my time? You were the one who stuck your nose into my affairs. I wanted to spend even at least one more second with my precious art. I have no time for other things. I know what you are. I see through you. Insolvent. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it in English. Well, I should hope I'm not monetarily bankrupt, but I don't think that's what you meant. I'm sorry, but I don't think I caught your name. I'm Sing LeBlanc. I'm Sing LeBlanc the second. I'm a very wealthy man in the Borginia. But I'm not an ordinary rich man. I'm an art dealer, a rich seller of beauty. Mr. LeBlanc, what did you mean just now? Pardon? When you said that Mr. Edgeworth was giving me the runabout, I have to explain? Unbelievable. I'll say it once and only once. I do not have even a second to waste. Time is money, as I say. Yes, and yet you continue to blatter on. I saw it, yes I did. I saw the victim go onto the elevator, going down the lounge. It was exactly at 6 o'clock. And what's the significance of that time? At 6, he says. Wait, you saw him at 6? Ah, what's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? He understands, I see. Miss Attendant, what time did you discover the body? Well, it was a little after the patch of turbulence, so I would say around 6:15. Ah! Hicks was his name, was it? Then I say the man Hicks was killed in the 15-minute time span. And the only person in the lounge at the time was his persecutor, yes? Yeah, I was in my seat the whole time. Me too, I was watching the movie and enjoying a fine glass of grape juice. I was still eating, still haven't finished, see? The other passengers have an alibi, so you have no problem with them, I suppose. No compliant, I see. Not a thing. No compliant? No complaint. No complaint? Not a single word against his right. I have no way of discounting what you have put forth at this point, but it wasn't me. Oh, so you say. But do you have, what do you say, evidence? Mr. Edgeworth, are you really the culprit after all? Mr. LeBlanc, I suppose you are quite certain what you saw enough to give testimony? Of course! I was looking at the man the whole time. He was playing with that annoying little, small machine the whole time. Machine? Yes, that's what you people call it in English, yes? It was making me crazy with the click, click, click. From that description, it sounds like some sort of small computer. I believe what Mr. LeBlanc is talking about is a cell phone. I have to say, I did see him playing with it quite a bit myself. A simple cell phone? A laptop or organizer I can see, but what? That's kind of low budget. I hate that noisy little machine in this hand. Nom, nom. Okay. Wow, you're eating me too. I'm having this, snacks. I hate the noisy little machine in his hand. Not a fragment of beauty. All it produces is ugly sounds. Anyway, I know what I saw. Miss Anero. Yes? I was wondering if I might be granted permission to examine this crime scene. What? You want to examine the crime scene? If you will grant me a little measure of time, I'm sure I can produce a real culprit. I don't like the sound of that. Fox in a duck pen. Yes, I think that is how you say it in English. Is Fox guarding the hen house? And I believe my innocence was proven earlier. And if I'm given a chance, I can clear up all the remaining doubts. Miss Arnero, if you wait until we arrive, there is a good chance that some evidence will have been destroyed by then. I understand. Let me see what the captain has to say. Ha! This should not be approved. Please, Mr. LeBlanc, in an emergency, all decisions are to be made by the captain alone. Now, please wait here while I go ask the captain what to do. I'll be right back. You're not planning to erase evidence when you're doing your investigation, yes? Of course not. Ha! We'll see. You're the sus one, man. Mr. Edgeworth, you have the captain's permission to investigate the crime scene. What? Unbelievable! I mean, you're dead, Mr. Nero. However, there's one condition. I'm to supervise you. Can you agree to that? Of course, I see no problem with that stipulation. It's only natural as I am still a suspect in this case. Grr. I take full responsibility and will watch Mr. Edgeworth's every move. I hope this is reassurance enough that there will be no foul play. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, shall we proceed? If you should need my help with anything, please feel free to use triangle to talk. It's time to head to the scene of the crime, the first floor lounge. Ooh, she's sleeping. Excuse me, but may I have a word with you? You there! Ah, if you need something, please ask Miss Rhoda over there, okay? What the? Hey, wake up, you! I'm terribly sorry that she's being so rude, Mr. Edgeworth. No need for you to apologize. I just find it hard to believe she's asleep on the job. If I were her boss, I'd see to it that her salary was cut so low that it was in the red. In order to preserve the crime scene, I'm afraid the elevator is not in service. To get to the first floor lounge, we should take the stairs. Okay. That leads to emergency escape hatch. You can't go there in mid-flight. What's the probability that a criminal escaped through there? 100%. Huh? Oh, let me finish my thought. I'm 100% certain they didn't. When I'm searching for an answer, only complete thoughts need apply. How did you find your mew to be, Mr. Edgeworth? Come to think of it, I forgot all about it. I must have been asleep or something. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Let me prepare you something right away. What are you apologizing for, Mr. Nehru? I failed in my profession duties by letting the passengers go hungry. Please help yourself. If you see anything to your fancy, feel free. I think I'll take my time later after I've solved this case, thanks. Hurry up and investigate. Time should not be wasted. Precious is human time. Is how you say it, I believe. Mr. Lung seems to be protecting the gargantuan. Gargantuan? I've never heard of this word. I mean, I have never. It's been a long time since I've heard of this word. Gargantuan vase. Gargantuan vase on the chair rather closely. It's a marvelous case. Vase though, isn't it? Yes, I dare say too, as a professional attendant. I don't think there's any real connections between the piece of art and being an attendant. But I'm not just any old attendant. I'm a professional flight attendant. As though there was such a thing as an amateur flight attendant. It's a movie poster for License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder. That's a Goyo Airlines sponsored movie. It's a suspense hard-boiled action romantic horror comedy flick. Is that the genre listing for this thing? Yes, it's a movie that can be enjoyed by anyone because it encompasses all those genres. I can't even begin to imagine what the plot would be. But you have to admit it has piqued your curiosity, right? I heard the main strategy with this genre listing was to make people curious. Well then, consider mission a successful one. This was Mr. Hicks's seat. I don't see the machine Mr. LeBlanc was talking about. Perhaps it's in an elevator? Maybe. We should probably head down to the crime scene now. It's my seat. Unfortunately, I didn't bring any particularly useful for an investigation. It's not as if I'm constantly prepared for such a thing to occur. Don't get near me, you criminal! He said, don't get near me, you criminal. I'm not the killer, and I intend to prove that starting now. But that is contrary to the facts. He says, but that's contrary to the facts. I can understand his English just fine, thank you very much. What's a lifesaver doing here? I bought it at the in-flight shop just beyond the lounge. If something should happen, having one was to save your life. I think this guy would have been better off not taking a plane to begin with. Hey, miss, how about another glass? Excuse me, but I was wondering if you know anything about the murder. How about it? How about a glass together? I'm sorry, but I must decline. I wasn't talking to you, I was asking a cute attendant. I'm sorry, but I'm on the clock right now. But if you need a refill, I'll be happy to bring you another glass at any time. You got it, Toots. That's no way to talk to a lady. Look at all these bottles lined up in a row. It's a miracle they made it through the turbulence without a scratch. Actually, we asked a drink vendor to clean up all the ones that did break earlier. Then you mean to tell me he put all these up here after the turbulence? We're simply thrilled to have someone so interested in a variety of drinks available. I don't think anyone should drink this much. There is such a thing as overhydration. If I may have a word with you, this steak so awesome. That's great to hear. However, I would like to ask you a few questions. I was here the whole time, so no. Eat or speak. Please pick one. I think he chose to eat. Yes, I can hear that. I can't inspect it? Wait a minute. March 12, 7:26 a.m. Flight G 390 first floor lounge. I want to thank you for your help back there, Mr. Tenero. It was nothing. You should thank the captain for granting you permission. And just so everything is perfectly clear, I still don't trust you. Your standing with me hasn't changed the iota. I see. I'll bear that in mind. I received an order from the captain earlier. He wanted you to know that. We reserve the right to stop your investigation if we feel you're not making progress. And when we do, he asks that you please return to your seat at that time. So my time runs out at his and his crew's discretion. Does it? I had to find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's testimony before time's up. I understand. By the way, is there any place you can think of where the killer might hide on board? I don't think so. After every first-class passenger was accounted for at his or her seat, we made a thorough search of the plane. As for business and economy class, no one can move between those two classes in first class without a staff keycard. And we found no record of keycard being used at all, which means that I have a first-class killer on my hands. At least I know that much for sure. And one other thing, no one else has been allowed near the crime scene since the murder was discovered. Okay. Now then. Oh, where should we start from? Let's start with Mr. LeBlanc's statements. The crime occurred between 6 a.m. and 6:15 a.m. During that interval, the only person in the lounge was myself, which would make me the prime suspect. However, since I did not kill Mr. Hicks, it means that a killer was around somewhere. What clues point to where the killer could have been? If we are to believe what you say is true, then yes. The first order of business will be to gather information to win your trust. Oh, I can't go up anymore. This door leads to the flight attendant's room. But please understand that it's off limits to unauthorized personnel. The room is giving off the scent of women's perfume. One would think that perfume would smell great, however, to me simply smells. Not that I have any interest in what lies behind this door. Perhaps we should return to investigation, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Sorry, I spaced out for a second there. These bottles and glasses must have been broken by turbulence. There is quite a bit of broken glass here. Please be careful when passing through the area. Thank you very much for the warning, Mr. Edgeworth. However, no matter how kind you are towards me, know that it does not clear up any suspicions I have about you. I wasn't warning you for the sake of clearing my name. Okay. So... Wait. Okay. Munch. Hello! Hello, everybody! Parody of License to Kill. Yeah, 007 movie. Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's go. Let's move on. Piano? This grand piano is a pride of this plane. It can play the music of whatever CD we insert to its CD drive. That's not a piano. It's more like an overgrown music box. But its keys depress along with the music as though there really is someone playing it. Some people have entirely too much money to waste on overly complex toys. These counter windows offer a glimpse of the sky, but these clouds that tell me nothing. Mr. Edgeworth, you look like you're talking to the clouds. Is that so? Then tell me what do you suppose I said to them? I don't know, but it looked like a rather one-sided conversation. The clouds, they tell me nothing. There are a few copies of Sky magazine in the magazine rack. This month's special is an English trivia quiz. That's not a bad idea. I've heard that the youth of today don't know a particle from a participle. Eh? What is it? Don't know a particle from a participle. Now, please don't go around confusing people with made-up words, Mr. Edgeworth. Who has ever heard of such a silly word as participle? Case in point. What or who is this? This is a bronze statue of the founder of Go-Yo Airlines, Mr. Ugo Huge. One on the left is of when he was in his 40s and other is of him in his 80s. What? Did the man age at all over those 4 decades? Maybe I need to squint more. A pity that a bronze statue knows not when good drink has been spilled at his feet. This is a statue of our founder, Mr. Ugo Huge, who was a big fan of grape juice. I'm sure he would be thrilled if he knew so much grape juice was here at his feet. Is that a hint of hero worshipping I detect? The in-flight shop is just beyond these shutters. If we don't have permission to open them, so I'm afraid I must leave them closed. There must still be clues to be found here in this lounge. I must remain ever vigilant. Glasses and candles thrown into disarray by the turbulence. It's been a while since I've seen this big of a mess. It's terribly embarrassing, but I thought it was an earthquake for a second, and I frantically started searching for gas valves to shut off. I guess the shaking of the plane was bad enough to be mistaken for a real earthquake. Not that I would know, since I was unconscious for most of it. Yeah, but why were you unconscious though? You were drugged by something? This toppled over chair. Yet another victim of the turbulence. Ah, no! Look at all the grape juice staining the back! It may not look it, but this chair was extremely valuable. It was? Yes, it was used when the Rocker Pals came to tour this place. The Rocker Pals leader sat in this very chair. I'm sorry, but what are these Rocker Pals? I can't believe you've never heard of them. They're all the rage. The Rocker Pals are extremely popular international band. They added the Pals part as they became more popular, especially among teens. That explains it. I'm not really one for the music today. Maybe I should ask Detective Gumshoe about them later. On a second thought, I can already see how confusing the conversation will get. Okay. This spilled grape juice in front of the elevator. I assumed it was spilled during the turbulence. Oh, we must clean that up or someone might get hurt. Aha! What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I found some very important evidence. What is the important piece of evidence in this scene?
Take that!
What is it? They're a little smudged, but I think we can both agree they're a set of footprints. So you think? Yes, these belong to a killer. Oh, then maybe we should check the shoe sizes of everyone in first class. I don't think that would be of any help to us. Unfortunately, the prints are too smudged, which will make it hard to get a definitive match. Oh, I see. What floors does the elevator service? Only the first and second, although it can also go down to the cargo hold. However, that requires a flight crew keycard. So the only floors accessible to passengers are the first and second, I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. I doubt anyone was expecting to find a dead body in an elevator on this flight. So Mr. Hicks, he is really dead? Yes. She's trembling, although we can't fault her for that when there's a corpse right there. Mr. Hicks, if you're really dead, then please answer yes. I see she's over the trembling now, although a new symptom seems to have appeared. Anyway, I should focus on the victim's body. Let's see. There's blood on the back of Mr. Hicks's head. Could this be a cause of death? He appears to have been struck very hard. Even his glasses are broken. Oh, there's a lot of logic going on here. What is this sinister-looking figure on the floor here? Oh, that's a piggy bank of our company mascot. Captain Ugo. It's just one of the many pieces of merchandise we sell in our in-flight shop. This bag is a limited edition and is so popular that we're down to our last one. You have an in-flight shop? Yes, it's just beyond the lounge to the right. The shutter to the store is closed at the moment, but it was open the whole flight up until Mr. Hicks's body was discovered. There's blood on here. Could it have been the murder weapon? Money is thrown over the floor of the elevator. I would guess it was all in Mrs. Hicks's wallet at some point. I wonder what was hanging off of this lanyard. Something's missing from this picture. Now if I could just put my finger on it. There's something sticking out of his pocket. Hope he won't mind if I take a look at what's inside. It's a picture. It looks like it was taken inside a building of somewhere. Found in the victim's pocket, a souvenir picture perhaps? Okay. There's no grape juice residue on the soles of his shoes, making it highly unlikely that Mr. Hicks entered this elevator after the turbulence. Oh. I think I've done... No. Wait. Should I deduce or should I make logic? A statue with blood on it lying next to the body of a man who was beaten to death. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I think I figured something out. Yes? What is it? The way the blood is on this, it looks like it matches up with the wound on his head. Well, aren't we deserving the Master of Obvious title? Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't you think that's worth investigating? It would appear that this figurine is our murder weapon. Oh, I just knew it. I mean, I can't think of any other connection. Perhaps Master of the Oblivious would be more befitting. Oh. Wait, let me order some food for myself for lunch. Let's see, what should I be eating? What should I be eating? Let's see. Nom. What should I be eating? Okay, I think I got it. Okay, wait. Okay. Let me see. Should I eat some chicken rice? Chicken rice should be okay. One. Okay. Okay, wait, let me see. I ordered some. Okay, I'm back. Elevator was found inside. Broken glasses. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? It should be this one, right? Mr. Hicks's machine is nowhere to be found. This machine? His cell phone, Miss Tanero. Oh, so I guess because it's not here. Yes, I think we can safely deduce that the killer took it. Yeah, missing cell phone. The victim supposedly had one, but it has gone missing. Did the killer take it? Ah, okay. So I think there's something to deduce. Are you in need of assistance? Mr. Tanero, I'd like to ask you about investigating the lounge. As long as you have the captain's permission, it can't stop you from looking around. If you could pass a message along, tell him I'm grateful for his spirit of cooperation. I will. However, please realize that you are still under suspicion. To be honest, I still have my doubts about you. Of course, and I take no offense. Do you really understand what I'm saying? Yes, verily. Do you pinky swear you do on your honor as a professional prosecutor? I pinky swear I do on my honor as a professional prosecutor. Well, I guess it settles that. I feel my honor as a man slowly diminishing. Did you notice anything? I was wondering whose footprints those are next to the elevator. I'd say the killers, wouldn't you say? Even if they aren't, I'm sure they're a vital clue to solving this case. Oh, maybe there are other clues waiting to be found in other places? Come on now, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's go find them together. A word of advice, nobody likes a credit thief. So stop stealing my lines. I was wondering if you noticed anything, Mr. Tanero? Yes, I can't help but notice the sad atmosphere in here. Yes. It is a rather tragic crime. I'd say robbing a poor man after bludgeoning him to death. Talk about rubbing the salt. I can't forgive someone who would do this to a passenger of mine. I swear as a professional flight attendant that I will capture the culprit in my own hands. And I promise as a prosecutor to solve this case with logic and deduction. I should go over the leads I've collected so far one more time. The key to solving this case, to solving this lies at the intersection of my logic and the evidence. Okay. Ooh, can I present? I think 6 o'clock. Supposed to be a movie time. Uh, okay. Okay, it doesn't work then. Okay. So I think there's something in the logic then. Where was the killer? The clues. What clues point to where the killer have been? Let me see if this thing. I'm thinking. No. Oh no. Elevator? What? But there's a footprint though. True, there wasn't anyone else in the lounge other than myself right before the turbulence. But if the killer was in the elevator along with the victim, then that's a different story. In the elevator with Hicks. How do I do this? Spilled grape juice? I can't go up, right? Okay. So there's some logic to be deduced, I think. There is some blood on one of the corners. Could this piggy bank be the murder weapon? Should be. It says Go Yo Airlines. You know, I've seen it occur a lot recently and it's been bothering me greatly. But why do some brands think it's acceptable to simply smash two words together and call it a day? Yeah, exactly. I suppose this is where you insert your coins. I have to say, for a piggy bank, it's made rather well. So well, in fact, I'm not sure there's a way to take your money out. Oh, you can't inspect it? Bummer. That is kind of sad. Okay. Broken glasses, spilled grape juice. Yeah, I think should be okay. No. If only I could prove that the killer rode the elevator with Hicks. The victim's glasses were broken. Were they broken during his murder? There is some spilled grape juice on the floor in front of the elevator. Huh. I have it! I'm sorry, but I don't understand, Mr. Edgeworth. I can prove that someone other than myself was here around the time of the murder. What? Really? Yes, it's rather simple, actually. The proof is in the pudding, or rather the grape juice in this case. These footsteps here confess to me this very fact, that someone exited the elevator alive. Seeing as how the victim is dead, that would mean a second person. But couldn't the footprints be from Mr. Hicks himself? But if you take a look at our victim's shoes, you can see the soles are spotless, which means Mr. Hicks wasn't alone in the elevator. In fact, it's quite the opposite. There was actually one other person inside the elevator. Okay, grape juice, footprints, spilled during the turbulence, looks like the footprints and something being dragged. What's going on over here? Over there. Unforgivable! This is unforgivable! Do you understand what I'm saying? The movie's late. It is the same level of bad as if the plane arrived late. But the movie... What? I would not talk to you anymore. You're just wasting my time. What is the matter, Mr. LeBlanc? If there is no emergency, please return to your seat, sir. Do not tell me what to do and need not to sit down. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, did you prove you are innocent yet? If you would like, I'll prove my innocence to you right now. What nonsense! Are you saying my eyewitness testimony is mistaken? Not mistaken, merely that there's room for doubt. I'd be most honored if you could please tell me what you saw in detail once more. Fine, suit yourself. Let's go! I'm certain I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator. It was when the needles on my pocket watch pointed on the 6th and the 12th. The body was discovered 15 minutes after that in the lounge, yes? Then you, the only person in the lounge at the time, must be the criminal. Mr. LeBlanc's conclusion seemed to make logical sense. After all, the only person in the lounge at the supposed time of the murder was me. So, my eyewitness testimony, if you think you can destroy it, then come, let me see. Hurry! Do I look like a man who is having the time to wait for you? Why is he so irritating? I'm the one who accused of murder here. Anyway, I must find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's account somehow and fast. Okay, let's go. Let's do it. What I saw. Rebuttal.
Hold it!
Mr. LeBlanc, were you able to get a good look at the inside of the elevator at the time? Of course I saw what was inside. And you were sure that the victim was in the elevator alone? Yes, the only person inside was Mr. Hicks, man. His last outburst is a bit too important to let go. The only person inside was that Mr. Hicks man.
Hold it!
Was he really alone? Of course! I'll bet even 1 cent. A cheap ante for a cheap testimony. But if that's how you want to play it, I will happily take your 1 cent. It was when the needles...
Hold it!
1 cent, yeah, exactly. I assume the pocket watch in this case is the one you keep checking, is that correct? Oh, you notice, it is a very expensive antique, I will have you know. The feeling is wonderful when I fully wind it up by hand. It does look very well designed and quite classy. I will have to charge you if you want to touch it. That's quite alright, let's continue with your testimony. What a cheap man you are. Now return the time you wasted back to me. And if we must, I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator at 6 o'clock.
Hold it!
It's true that I found the victim's body at 6:15. And that's when I found the two of them as well. You see? It all matches my testimony. Then you, the only person in the lounge at the time, must be the criminal.
Hold it!
That is the most mistaken way of thinking I've ever heard of. No, your silly opinion is what is mistaken. Please calm down, the both of you. In a sense, you're both mistaken. Well, if that isn't the pot calling the kettle black, pot calling the kettle black, then I don't know what is. I spy a little hole in his words. As you wish, Mr. LeBlanc, I will now show you proof of my innocence. I think it was the last one.
Objection!
Oh no! I cannot believe how much time I've spent here. You will pay for this time and your piece of evidence. What? No, stop! This is an invaluable piece of evidence. If you do not know how to use it, then give it to me. I'll try to use it for you. I know how to use it just fine, thank you. I simply made a tiny error. Oh my god, okay. The only person at the lounge? But it's a movie time though. But I don't know what. Thank you for choosing. We wish you have a pleasant flight. If you require assistance at any time, please use the call button above your seat and flight attendant will be with you shortly. Meals will be served at the time shown, but complimentary snacks and drinks will be... Hey. At 6. The movie is going on at 6. The only person in the lounge at the time must be the criminal. Spilled during the turbulence. Looks like footprints and something being dragged. Let's see again. It's true that I found the victim body at 6:15. Okay. At 6. 6:15. Inside elevator on the first floor. Was hit on the back of his head. Oh no, what should I be presenting? 15 minutes in the elevator? Yeah, 15 minutes in the elevator. The body was discovered 15 minutes after that in the lounge. The only person in the lounge at the time must be the criminal. Oh no, but he was found dead on the first floor though. Oh, but this is... But this is the first floor, right? So... Hello, welcome! Welcome.
Hold it! Hold it!
Oh, the only person. Okay. The only person. I totally forgot about this. I was focusing on something that I shouldn't be focusing. Okay.
Objection!
Nice. Okay, I got it. Mr. LeBlanc, what is it? There is a very glaring contradiction in your testimony. What do you mean? Please take a look at the area in front of the elevator. There, at the spilled grape juice. Yes, and will you admit you also spilled it with the blood? No, it spilled itself during the turbulence. But the interesting thing here is the set of grape juice footprints. Footprints? Yes, the one that lead from within the elevator out into the lounge itself. It's evidence that proves that someone other than Mr. Hicks exited the elevator alive. Oof, there must have been another person in the elevator with Mr. Hicks. Now then, I'm done playing games. Why don't you tell us the truth? Can you please translate for us? No way, that's totally impossible, I guess, is what he said. No way, that's totally impossible. I know there was other person in there. I saw with my own... There was no other person in there. I saw with my own eyes. If you want to know what I think, Mr. Edgeworth, I don't think Mr. LeBlanc is lying to us. I suppose she's right. He doesn't seem to be lying. But then, what does it mean? What about this contradiction? Mr. LeBlanc, please just one more. Just once more, will you recall the details of what you witnessed for me? What I saw part 2. I was very upset when Mr. Hicks passed by my seat. I was always checking the time over and over again. I happened to follow that man with my eyes when he passed me, and I saw clearly into the elevator he was entering. But I swear there was no one else inside, no one. Mr. LeBlanc, if you would please calm down. What? Dare to have an issue with my eyewitness testimony? No, not at all. Please forget I said anything. Yet again, he doesn't appear to be lying. But I can't let the testimony stand as the truth. Okay. I was very upset when Mr. Hicks passed by my seat.
Hold it!
So, are you still upset now? I'm always upset. The only time I'm not is when I have a piece of art in my hands. It's surprisingly easy to believe that about him, but I was even more upset when Mr. Hicks walked by me. I was always checking the time over and over
Hold
again.
it!
Why were you so attentive to the time? Because something unforgivable was happening. Come to think of it, you were yelling about something unforgivable earlier. I was giving a complaint to the attendant about the moving starting time. Return back to me my time and money. You understand the point. Movie? Is he talking about the in-flight one that's mentioned in the magazine? A summary of the plot and its start time. Interesting. They were supposed to show License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder. I cannot see the movie in my country. You can only see it on international flights. I looked forward greatly to that movie. I checked my pocket watch whenever possible so I would not miss it. I would even set my pocket watch to the designated time when I came on board. So my watch is not wrong. It matched the schedule. But the movie is still late, very, very late.
Hold it!
Your pocket watch. I'd like to ask you a little more about it, if that's alright. The movie I want to see would not start, so I checked my pocket watch many times.
Hold it!
So this movie you mentioned, is it the one listed in the Sky magazine? Yes! I was so looking forward to watching License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder. Miss Tanero, was his movie shown on this flight? Yes, it was shown at a scheduled time. Isn't it possible you simply slept through it by accident? Nonsense, you doubt me? No, now stop pointing at me like that. Odd, how did he miss a movie that he was clearly hoping to see? I checked my pocket watch a great number of times. That much I know for sure. His pocket watches. The time is off on his watch.
Hold it!
You're sure about what you just said to testified, Mr. LeBlanc? Yes, of course, I'm a very busy man. I'm immediately busy when I land. I have many places to go and no time to waste adjusting my pocket watch. I see, that was a very valuable statement you just made. Flatter me all you want, but you will not get 1 cent out of me. That's alright. All I require is a piece of testimony. I happen to follow...
Hold it!
Since you only happened to see him, it's possible that you missed something in that glance. Even if I only happened, I did not miss a thing. And how can you be so sure? Just because. I would appreciate it if you didn't take my life so lightly with a simple just because. Well, then I was only making a joke. I saw Mr. Hicks, right? And I saw clearly into the elevator he was entering.
Hold it!
Oh, sorry. Oh no. What is it? Is it possible that someone was hiding inside? What? You dare insult me? I have belief in my eyesight. When I look for art to sell, I'm told often I have great sight for the arts. I think the phrase you were looking for was great sense, although that's debatable. But isn't it possible someone was just outside of your line of sight? You're persistent, I tell you. I look clearly. But I swear there was no one else inside, no one.
Hold it!
Why do you insist that you are absolutely not mistaken? Because when I say I'm not wrong, I'm not wrong. Mr. LeBlanc, if I may, I think beyond misconceptions and mistakes lies the truth. Funny that suspiciously mirrors something I told her only a little while ago. I honestly don't think Mr. LeBlanc is lying. I don't think he's lying either. But I think he might be mistaken about something. Mistaken? Yes, and I'm going to correct his mistaken recollection with evidence. And this professional attendant shall witness the prowess of a professional prosecutor. Yeah, it's because you're set to your destination's time. That is why. You should not do that. When you go on the plane, the time on the plane is adjusted according to the where you depart from. Okay? The destination time is not yet there. So, don't adjust anything to the destination time if you're still on the plane. Mr. LeBlanc, you said it just now in your testimony. I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came on board. Now, your watch had been set to our destination time zone. It would mean that your watch is displaying the time of our destination. Yes, and the correct time is 6 cents. I would like you to take a look at this. If you believe this Sky magazine, clocks on this flight run in accordance with the time on our departure time zone. Of course, the movie schedule was also created with that in mind. Miss Tanner wrote, for confirmation's sake, what time zone is this flight aligned to right now? Well, we made a short stop at a transfer point. That's right. It was in that small Asian country, the Republic of Zhengfa. But we didn't readjust our onboard clocks at that time. So right now we're still running on Borginian time. What? The time difference between Borginia and our destination is 9 hours. In that case, it's only natural that your watch would be out of sync with the schedule. What? Further, with your analog watch set to our destination time, it would appear to be running 3 hours fast when compared to the flight's onboard clocks. It also changes everything about your testimony. And you can bet 1,000,000 cents on that. In light of this information, it means you saw Mr. Hicks 3 hours prior at 3 a.m. By 1,000,000 cents? This should clear up all the remaining accusations. So this basically widens the time frame for the time of death, right? Yes, because Mr. LeBlanc saw the victim enter the elevator at 3 a.m. It means that the time of death should be anywhere from 3 to 6:15. Hello! Welcome. Hello. The question now is, where was Mr. Hicks during that span of time and what was he doing? I've got something to say. And you are? Yeah, I'm Cammy Meal, and I'm a flight attendant. Oh my god, look at your boobs. And what is it you wish to say? Well, I think your story is a little different from how I remember it. What do you mean, Cammy? I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in his seat at 9 a.m., you know. What? How can you be so sure of the time? Oh, that's right. He pushed his call button while we were parked at the transfer point. The stop we made for refueling and cargo transfer at Zhengfaro, correct? This flight will be making a brief stop to refuel and transfer cargo in the Republic of Zhengfa. Between 4 and 5 a.m., we ask that all passengers remain on board at that time. Thank you for your correction. Okay. Yes, it was from 4 to 5 a.m. according to our clocks. And during that time, did any of passengers leave or did any new ones board this flight? She awake? I don't think so. No, not a single person got off or on in Zhengfa. What about the flight crew? The few who were handling the cargo transfer might have temporarily gotten on or off. But eventually everyone, including Cammy and myself, came back on the plane. So basically I can assume that no one left or got on since our initial takeoff. Interesting, I should keep that in mind. Make a brief stop from 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. to transfer cargo and refuel at transfer point. Yes, and I answered his call. I can tell you Mr. Akpi Hicks was there in his seat when we took off again at 5 a.m. Alright, then that puts the time of the murder between 5 and 6:15. Okay, now, what time did you come down to the lounge, Mr. Edgeworth? I remember coming down here almost as soon as we left the Republic of Jungle. Ah! You were here the whole time from 5, yes? Then you are the only one who could be the killer. Mr. Edgeworth, were you really here in this lounge the entire time from 5 a.m. onwards? Unfortunately, yes. But then, how do we explain the footprints? It's not that obvious. This man waited for Mr. Hicks here in this lounge, waited to kill him. And then he put the corpse into the elevator. That is when the turbulence happened. The eyewitness testimony may have been mistaken, but what time I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator on the second floor does not matter, because the entire incident concluded here in this lounge. Everything happened in this lounge? Is that what you really believe, Mr. LeBlanc? What do you have another idea? I simply feel that there is something out of place in the scenario you presented. Is there something that can tie this crime to a location other than this lounge? This crime to a location other than this lounge.
Take that!
Oh! I didn't want to do that! Oh my god! It was a wrong button! No! I'm sorry, it was a wrong button. It was a wrong button. I was supposed to do this, okay. This is some kind of a exhibition. Four and 5 can tie this crime to a location other than this lounge. What should I be doing? What should I be presenting? Hi. What should I be doing? Let's see. Yeah, I was thinking of the footprint too. It was during the turbulence. Something that can tie this crime to a location other than this lounge. Yeah, I can try. These footprints, in which direction do you think these are headed? That will be the in-flight shop. Correct. They're headed in the direction of the shop. But they look disconnected. They end all of a sudden. You're right to point out that they do not form one continuous trail to the shop. However, there's another piece of evidence that connects the shop to our crime scene. Besides the footprints, what else points to the in-flight shops?
Take that!
The murder weapon, this little piggy bank, is sold at the in-flight shop. It is sold there and only there, and is not displayed here in the lounge. How then? Did it find its way here? Don't you find that a tiny bit suspicious? Such a trivial point. It only means you prepared it, taking it from the shop first before coming here. It doesn't prove you're innocent at all. Is there no way to win this man? If I may, what is it? You see, well, it's just as Miss Edgewood says. Oh, and why do you know this so well? Well, it's just that piggy bank was there in the shop. I saw it with my own eyes. And when was this? It was maybe around 5:40? Isn't that just before we hit the patch of turbulence? That's right. You were in the shop just before the turbulence? Yes, I was. Come to think of it, Mr. Tenero, when I found the body, I believe you came out of that door. Yes, I did. And what is beyond that door? That's the flight attendant's room. Then you were on the first floor? Yes. I had to do something at the shop and in the flight attendant's room. So I went to the shop first and then to the flight attendant's room. The footprints from the grape juice is leading to the store, yeah. There's some dragging spoils, maybe the corpse is moving. Probably, but there's no stain on the corpse though. Are you saying you passed by me at some point? Yes, you seem really into the issue of Sky magazine you were reading at the time. I don't suppose you noticed me walking by. I vaguely recall someone walking by, but I didn't take notice of who it was. Anyway, the piggy bank was definitely there at the shop when I went there. Why'd you go to the shop in the first place? I went there for a work-related matter. Work, you say? Yes, the upkeep of the shop is also one of my responsibilities. Why did you not say anything about that until now? What I want to know is what I want to know. In any case, I believe it's clear that the shop needs to be investigated as well. Shall we head over there then? Well, what is it now? Aren't you forgetting something, Miss Rhoda? Don't you need the captain's permission to check the shop? No, I haven't forgotten. But I have already asked him for permission to search the entire plane. So I think we're all right. Huh? That's weird. What is? Well, I just talked to the captain, see? And he said that he didn't give you permission to do anything like that at all. What is the meaning of this, Miss Tanero? It means she's lying. Go on, admit that you are. You said you had permission to search all over, but you don't. And yet, here you are. You flight attendant, what are you trying to do? Pull the sheep over us? The captain's calling for you, Miss Rhoda. Oh my god. Oh, but don't worry. I already got permission to search the shop from the captain. See, unlike you, I do things the right way. Miss Tanero, why would you do such a thing? Please excuse me. Aww, she believes in us. Looks like you get to be in the charge now. Please go back to your seat, Miss LeBlanc. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you would follow me, I'll be your guide from now on. There's something about Miss Tanero that has piqued my curiosity. But right now, investigating the in-flight shop is my top priority. Aww. March 12th, 8:32 a.m. Flight G390, first floor, in-flight shop. So this is an in-flight shop. It's quite a mess in here. You think? Guess I'll have to clean things up then. Teehee. Hold on! You can't clean up a potential crime scene. Oh, thank goodness. I hate cleaning so much. I mustn't rush things here. I must remain cool, calm, and collected. Because his piggy bank was left at the crime scene. There's a very good chance that the killer had paid this place for a visit. Inside this display case is a row of lifesavers and life vests for sale. We sell a lot of those when there's some kind of accident or something. But some people buy them even when nothing's going on. How about it, Mr. Edgeworth? Care to buy one? I sense that this shop is one shopper away from being sued. I don't know much about this shop, but you can still ask me about whatever. So, what do you think about what has happened regarding this case? Oh, I don't know. I guess I think you're the killer, though, Mr. Edgeworth. I can assure you that I'm here in the shop to prove just the opposite. Yeah, but it was me that got you the permission to look around. You know? So don't forget that, okay? How am I supposed to thank you properly if you insist on falling asleep? Well, you know what really showed your thanks? You see that item for sale over there? Sorry, but you're going to have to make do with my words of appreciation. Beautiful flowers in a beautiful arrangement. I feel cleansed just by looking at them. Well, you are kind of stepping on a few of them, you know, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, excuse me. Oh, what are these? Oh, those are our company's completely original line of suitcases. They're practically flying out the door. That's how popular they are. You should buy one and see how you like it. You won't regret it. Perhaps that's how things work on this flight, but in the real world, you try, then buy. No way, but either way, it doesn't really matter. True. Either way, why would anyone buy a suitcase after they've boarded the plane? Anyway, see that? Just look at all the Captain Ugo heads printed on there. Cute company mascot, isn't he? Oh my god, looks horrid. They're painted on with a lot of care. Doesn't he look like he's about to jump out at you? It is certainly making something jump inside my stomach. Huh? Oh, I guess there's no fooling your refined tastes. You look like you really wanted to get one. And I thought I was going to finally make my first sale, but you saw right through it. Glad it's done though. Never make me try to give you a sales pitch ever again, okay? But I never showed any interest in it to begin with. Teehee, it really is pretty horrible, isn't it? You want to know something? This suitcase was designed by Miss Rhoda. Miss Tanero designed this? Yeah, it was a company-wide contest. Well, it does have a very sharp design sense. Haha, sharp? Like stinky sharp cheddar, maybe? I really have no idea why the big wigs decide to go with it. It's so bland. Oh! Hello, welcome! Welcome, welcome! Thank you for the follow! Thank you so much! It looks creepy. Yeah, it is. Miss Tanero designed this, did she? It's definitely not what I would have expected. You okay? I'm fine. Please watch yourself, Miss Meal. Letting a suitcase freely roll around has got to be a safety violation. Planes shaking cause it to roll, and in flight suitcases place can be hazardous. Okay. Here, put it back. There is a wide selection of souvenirs for sale in this display cases. You know what I suggest? Sorry, but I have no intention of buying souvenirs on this trip. Okay, then how about you buy some for me then? As a present. I can't think of a single reason why I want to buy you anything. But I've had my eye on that pendant for such a long time. Try paying some attention to me when I ask you something, and then we'll talk. The glass from this display case's door is shattered all over the floor. And it looks like there's nothing on display inside either. Huh? Wait, actually, I think there's something. What's this? A mini captain's hat? It's a tiny captain's hat. Oh! It's on the plush she's holding. Yeah. Stuffed toys, just like the one Miss Meal is holding, are on display here. They're relatively cheap, which explains why they're displayed so haphazardly. Hello! Welcome. Wait, let me... What does that mean? Let me see. Haphazard. 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 Haphazard.
Haphazardly.
Haphazardly. Okay, it's casually, randomly. Okay. Haphazard?
Haphazard.
Haphazardly. Okay. Wow, what a word. I never heard of this before. Okay. How about it, Mr. Edgeworth? You know you want one too. They're great for when you're stressed. Why do I envision stuffed animal abuse when she says that? There are all kinds of luxury name brand merchandise for sale in this display case, and they're lined up in just such a manner as to scream "Buy me" to any passers-by. Eh? Oh, is that something I can present? Broken glass, tiny captain's hat. It should connect. There you go. The hat probably used to be on the piggy bank's head. Let's give it a go and see. I believe this piggy bank was forcibly removed from the display case. Does this mean that the killer broke the glass to get at it? Captain Hugo piggy bank data updated in my organizer. Found the crime scene. Culprit must have shattered the display case glass to take it. Means messy. It's such a big word. I've never heard of it before. Really? Don't tell me you don't know what things go. What things go where in this shop? Well, I don't. Miss Rhoda's in charge of this place. So, come on, how should I know anything? I sense that further inspection of this display case is needed. Okay. The glass on this door is broken. Perhaps it was a killer who broke it in order to take the piggy bank, but it's a bit odd that the inside of the case is so devoid of glass shards. Plus, the glass broke rather cleanly. Ah! What is it? I touched a glass and it cut my finger. It hurts, Mr. Edwards, it hurts! Please tell me you can deal with such a minor cut on your own. For security, there's a lock on this display case. Miss Meal, if I may ask you about this lock. The one who's in charge of the shop is Miss Rhoda, so she's got the keys to all of display cases. I see. Oh, I bet you want to buy something. Do you want me to go get the key from her? No, that's alright. Is this the same man as the one portrayed by the statues around the elevator? Yeah, that's the paperweight of the founder of Goyo Airlines, Mr. Ugo Huge. On the bottom shelf, we have the cute one. The middle shelf is a realistic one. And on the top shelf, that's the floral version. What? Floral? Are you sure about that? Let me guess. You just said the first thing that came to your mind, right? Looks like I hit the bullseye. Deduce? What? Yeah, the inside of the case is so clean. I can deduce, but I don't know what to deduce. Made a brief stop. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Probably this one, I don't know. There is definitely something very unusual about this. About what? If the killer had broken the glass he get at the Captain Ugo bank, there should be shards of glass inside the case itself. Ooh, I see. Yeah, I guess it'll be like that. However, there's not a single piece of glass inside the display case. Nope, no, there isn't. Which means that the glass was broken from the inside out. The piggy bank must have fallen over from the turbulence and right through the glass. Yeah, that's for sure. There's so much glass all over the floor. I'm willing to bet that this hat was knocked off his head at the time, too. Eh? That's nice. Which leads me to believe that the killer took the Captain Ugo bank from here after the turbulence. Oh, okay. Take your power naps on your own time, Miss Meal, and listen when I'm talking. What? But the murder occurred before the turbulence, which rules this piggy bank out of the murder weapon. So you mean the bank's not the real murder weapon? Is it a fake? Yes, at this point, that is a very real possibility. But then what if when the killer went to take Captain Ugo, they broke the glass by accident? The display case is locked, so that's highly unlikely. Yeah, but there's one person who could have. Oh, and who would that be? Miss Rhoda, of course. I mean, she's the one in charge of this place, so she has the keys to everything. Miss Rhoda Tenero, huh? I can't deduce anything more. Oh, Goyo Airlines related books line this shelf. The history of Goyo Airlines, the future of Goyo Airlines, the 7 wonders of Goyo, fight on Goyo Airlines. Working name, You Go Airlines. You go, you! The titles make it very clear that they won't be making the top sellers list anytime soon. I cut my finger on those bad pieces of glass. Don't blame the glass for something you did to yourself, just be more careful. Same to you, you're the one walking all over the broken glass. You sure you're okay? I'm fine, any glass I walk on, I crush. Like this. That's nice. Please be careful around the display case, okay? Wouldn't want you to get hurt. Compared to the glass around my feet, the inside of the case is nothing to be afraid of. After all, no glass fragments appear to have ended up inside. Then I guess you can tidy out the case then. Perish a thought. Aw, okay. So what should we be doing? Oh, it's not all over the place. Okay, I know now. Turbulence, suitcase. Suitcase should be all over the place. Yep. If there's turbulence. Yes, there's definitely something wrong here. What's with the sun yelling? Tell me, Miss Meal, don't you think there's something strange about these suitcases? Oh, well, sure, they're totally strange, like the color and such. That's not what I'm talking about. Now pay attention. You're scaring me, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry. These suitcases are lined up a bit too prim and proper. Yeah, they look a bit uptight, don't they? But I guess they take after their creator. Again, that's not what I meant, Miss Meal. Don't you find it unusual that these cases are only things undisturbed by the turbulence? Never mind, I'd sooner find an answer by inspecting these suitcases myself. Upon closer inspection, they really are quite hideous. Tee. I wonder how Miss Rhoda would have reacted if she'd heard what you just said. What's wrong? She makes a good point. It would be wise for me to watch what I say out loud. What's this? I've spotted something that's not quite right. What is so unusual about this suitcase? Yep, there's stoppers.
Take that!
This is what is so odd. I don't think it's that strange at all. Oh, well. Sorry, is the only one. Is another one.
Take that!
There's something very peculiar about these wheels. Huh? As in, there are no stoppers in place on these. Without stoppers, no one would think that the turbulence would have sent it flying. And so it is very likely that this suitcase was placed here after we hit the turbulence. Let's take a closer look at it, shall we? Why is only one of it pink? What's this? The wheel is completely covered in something. This color and this scent, it appears the substance in question is grape juice. But why would there be juice on the wheel of the suitcase? This was apparently designed by Miss Tanero herself. The design has a certain... I can't read that. I don't know how to read it. Yeah, perhaps that is the best way to put it. This was apparently designed by Miss Tanero herself. The design... Okay. It would appear to be unlocked. Let's take a look what's inside. A piece of cloth. And it's soaked with blood. It's blood. It appears that the suitcase is very strongly tied to our murder after all. Nice! What does this suitcase have to do with a murder? I believe it's pretty safe to say that the killer used this suitcase in some manner. Such as to move something, perhaps? But aren't you just talking about the cloth then? That alone is too small. A larger item would be needed to move what I'm thinking of. The thing I believe the killer used this suitcase to transport is... the body. Something that would fit inside a suitcase that is also covered in blood. Sounds like a dead body, doesn't it? Nice. But in light of this, I'd say that Mr. Hicks was moved into the elevator from someplace else. Which means that the murder was committed in an entirely different location. So you're saying that after moving the body into the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase in here and just left it? Exactly. What is it? Nothing. Just that I was thinking about what Miss Rhoda said about coming here for something. Excuse me, Miss Edgeworth. I wanted to give you a bit more time, but I'm afraid I wasn't able to convince the captain. I'm very sorry, Miss Edgeworth, but the captain feels that he has allowed you ample time. He says that he'd appreciate it if you would wrap it up here and return to your seat. I understand his sentiments. However, if I'm not allowed to complete my investigation, the crime scene may become contaminated by the time we land. If I must stop, then I insist I be allowed to oversee the preservation of the two sides. Under your supervision, of course. If that's your only condition, then I believe we can accommodate your wishes. I'm here to assist you in any way I can, Mr. Edgeworth. Sounds like fun. We can camp out and watch over everything together. I've found proof that the real crime scene was not in the lounge, and I have enough evidence to prove myself to be innocent of any wrongdoing. And yet, regarding what Miss Meal reminded me about Miss Tanero, I can't allow my investigation to end here. The truth must come in flight. To be continued. Let's go. Let's continue it. Wait, did somebody... Did somebody make donations? Wait, no. I don't wanna... No, I don't want to do that. I want to erase it. How do I erase it? Never mind. Wait, let's see. No. Oh! I forgot to clean it. It's okay. It's fine. Okay. Wait. March 12th, 1 p.m. local time, Hope Springs Airport. I know that once we had landed, I'm supposed to let the local police take over. And thanks to Mr. Nero and Miss Meal, I was able to preserve the crime scene. But I just can't shake it. I wasn't able to talk with Mr. Nero in private. Yeah, it is! The game is so cool. I love the series. If you'd like to try playing it, they have a lot of series. You should go from the first one to the second one to the third one and then to the fourth one to the... Yeah, the story is very intriguing. It's not just you investigating and solving crimes either. It's about relationship as well between this one is the story of this guy Edgeworth, but actually the series is all about a lawyer and a prosecutor fighting in court. And we always played as the lawyer named Phoenix Wright. It's really cool. He's my baby, my Phoenix Wright. So I'm left wondering, what was she up to? Why did she do what she did? There must be a way for me to continue my investigation. I've been expecting you, Miles Edgeworth. Yes, Francisca! I thought you were still in Germany. I go where I'm needed. And wherever there are criminals to be caught. Her name is Francesca von Kama, yes. The daughter of my mentor, Manfred von Kama. She, like myself, is a prosecutor. Are you heading up this case? It would be a bit of a relief if you are. Don't you try to flatter me, Miles Edgeworth. I'm placing you under arrest. What? It's quite frustrating, actually. I'd hoped to exact my revenge on you in a different venue, but I will have to take what I can get, and never thought I'd see the day when a disciple of the House of Von Kama would become a criminal. Have you no shame? Wait, it has all been a big understanding. I didn't kill the victim. I'm misunderstanding? I heard all about the murder over the police radio from the captain himself. You waited for the victim on the first floor and then beat him to death. Francisca, do you honestly believe that I killed a man? I suppose I should reserve judgment until after I investigated this for myself. I can put your arrest on hold until then. That's as it should be. I don't need a lecture on how to perform my duties from you of all people. To be perfect in every way, the fulfillment of that creed alone is all I strive for. Well, I have my own creed, which I must fulfill. So why don't we solve this together? I have to get going. The crime scene awaits. Don't you dare leave town. Trust me, I have no intention to. Detective Gumshoe! Yes, sir! Too slow. Ow! Listen up. I'm leaving you in charge of watching this man. Don't mess up, understand? Mr. Edgeworth, I'm supposed to guard him? A simple yes or no, detective. Yes, sir. Understood, sir. You just leave it to me. Miles Edgeworth. If you interfere with my investigation, I'll arrest you on the spot. Are we clear? Now then, if you excuse me. I like her. She's such a bitch. And I love that. Good to see you again, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Boy, am I glad to see you're okay. Thank you, detective. I believe in you, sir. You can lean on me. I'll get you through this. I have to admit I'm a bit curious as to what Francisca is up to. Maybe you should ask the good detective. Very well, in that case, I have a few questions for you. Oh, this song, finally! Okay, before we go, Lunchland. Not bad, I guess it's gotten big enough to warrant its own brand shop. Which should I go with? I recommend our airport special World Flags lunchboxes, only available for a limited time. We have a variety of lunchboxes made up to look like different countries' flags. I wonder if they are aiming to take Lunchland to the international market. This man was in the first class with me. He was quite shaken up by the whole affair. Quiver. I did it. I made it the whole flight. I'm not scared of turbulence anymore. He must have been pretty scared. He's repeating the same thing over and over to himself. I understand him though. I'm scared of turbulence too. Looking from behind, I think I've seen this man somewhere before. Nom 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 nom. In Soviet Russia, World Flags lunchboxes is your. Nom 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 nom. Found it! No! Huh, I feel a wave of creative powers coming on. It's over 9,000 lols. Yep, we've seen him before too. For my next lead movie, it's gonna be the Steel Samurai Warrior of Neo-Old Tokyo versus the World Samurai Champion of Earth. It's gonna rock so many boxers. So the Steel Samurai is finally getting a movie. What a view of the planes preparing for takeoff. Besides the turbulence, they're really not all that bad as a mode of transportation. This child seems to be happily enjoying the sight of so many planes. Wow, I'd love to take a run down that runway. Oh, the youth of today, so much potential yet so misguided. Okay. I can't believe there's no one manning the counter when a murder has just occurred. Yeah, exactly. Okay, Gumshoe, your turn. So, how is the initial investigation going? We just shipped the body off to the coroner's office. And we're taking statements now, sir. That sounds like Francisca. She was always good at quick responses to a case. I'd say she was a little too quick, sir. Oh, how so? I rushed on over as soon as I got word of the affair, sir. But somehow when I got here, Miss Von Kama was already here barking out orders at everyone. I was kind of creepy, as though she knew there had been a murder or something, and had come in advance to await your flight's arrival. That is sort of odd. She did show up rather quickly and out of the blue. Plus, I still don't know why she's here in America. There must be some backstory to all of this. Miss Von Kama just kind of popped up at the prosecutor's office about a week ago, sir. Something about chasing down leads related to a certain incident. No details? It's kind of top secret, so she can't talk about it, even with me, sir. Knowing her, the only type of talking she likes to do is with her wit. Plus, I doubt the top secret part was what stopped her from talking to you, detective. Although, I wonder if her case has anything to do with mine. Anyway, that's about all the info I have, sir. We should find out more as we investigate. Yes, it is high time to resume my investigation, starting with talking with the people involved in this case afresh. This man, those guys shaking up. Okay. I'd be pretty scared too if I got caught up in the murder investigation, sir. Quiver, I did it. Okay. It's the same thing, okay. This life vest is proof I made it alive. It's now my prized possession. How could you just take that from the plane? It's okay, Mr. Edgeworth. It's got nothing to do with the murder at least. Oh, I've always wanted to give the steak lunch a try. Which should I go with? Okay. If you really want one that badly, detective, why don't you go ahead and buy one? Is that okay, sir? Thanks. All right, then I'm really gonna get one. Here we go. Excuse me, miss. I'll take a Star-Spangled Banner lunchbox, please. I hope he's aware that that's the most expensive one on the menu. I'm all excited to see the mini planes too. Just look at the size of these things. Do you like planes too, mister? The balance between the main wings and the tail wings is really something, huh? Ah, it seems that this child derives his pleasure from a different aspect. Oh, but I've got a thing for the shape of the wings too. Here, mister, you can stand next to me. So about the plane's wing. Thank you, detective, for leaving me out of this conversation. Want to ride a plane someday and go overseas? Have you never been to another country before, detective? No, not yet, sir. I don't even have a passport. But I've been saving up for that eventual someday, a penny a day to be precise. At that rate, you won't be making any trips until well after retirement. March 12, 1:37 p.m. Flight G390, second floor, first class. So you must be the captain. Why, yes, I am. And who might you be? I'm the prodigy prosecutor, Francisca von Kamm, and I have a few questions for you. Don't you dare, Captain. Captain, getting friendly with another woman. I'll never forgive you if you do. What are you talking about? I only have eyes for you, my dear Cammy. I wouldn't bet money on dear Captain to be much of a reputable person. Sure you don't want to ask the Captain some questions, sir? He was in the cockpit the entire time. I highly doubt he would know anything of use. Anyway, I'd like to leave that type of witness to Francisca and her wit. March 12, 1:40 p.m. Flight G390, first floor, lounge. Now see here! Ah! Sorry, I'm sorry! How long do you intend to hold me? It is impossible for me to be the criminal, I told you! Mr. LeBlanc? Oh, it is you. Tell this man to stop stopping me from going. Time is money. I don't have even 1 second of wasteful time to spend. Did you finish taking this statement yet? Yep, all done, sir. I do not concern if you're not done examining the cargo hold. I want my cargo back. Ah, Miss Karma, I miss her. I know, right? Hello, welcome. Welcome. If you make a single scratch on my art, you will pay. Art? What sort of art? Mr. LeBlanc is an art dealer, so he's got a bunch of artwork down in the cargo hold, sir. There's practically a mountain of them, large and small. From folk costumes to stone statues, I sell all kinds of arts. I feel like one of his arts would be the one in the photo as well. I have a feeling. Folk costumes? Speaking of which, Mr. LeBlanc's hat. It kind of looks like that other piece of cloth. Yes. Mr. LeBlanc, can you please take a look at this for me? Oh, it's a Bojanian cloth. As I suspected, your hat is made of the same material, I suppose. Yes, of course. This fabric is so famous, orders come from all overseas from all. Then this is the cargo you were talking about earlier? No, my cargo this time is much, many gigantic. You, detective, when can I have my cargo moved? You can get your cargo back when we're done investigating, pal. But I think it's too big to go on the plane, though. You can get your cargo back when we're done investigating, pal. The stubbornness of you police is no good. And it is no good that attendant refuses to exit the attendant's room, too. That attendant? I wonder if he's talking about Mr. Nero? What did you mean by that attendant, Mr. LeBlanc? She was taken into the attendance room for her interview. And then, they still have not come out. They make no sign of coming out either. I was finished with my own interview much earlier, quicker than her. Why is Miss Tanero interviews the only one that's taking up so much time? Miles Edgeworth, you were given free rein to examine the plane, weren't you? Yes, I was able to obtain the cooperation of the flight attendants. Speaking of attendants, I'd like to speak with Mr. Nero. I wonder if you might grant me permission to enter the flight attendant's room? Before I do, you still have to clear up a few issues surrounding your own circumstances. I understand. You may have tricked those attendants with your sophisticated talking, but you can't pull the wool over my eyes, Miles Edgeworth. Francisca's logic. Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion. The scene of the crime was here, in the very lounge the body was discovered. From the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until this body was found, the only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. This unmistakably makes you the likeliest suspect. The likeliest suspect, Francisca? Do you have a problem with that? No, but it's not like you to use such vague wording. You're usually a bit more absolute. I'm simply trying to watch out for you. Or is my kindness too hard for you to comprehend? Thank you, but your leniency is unnecessary, for I will prove my innocence soon enough. If I want to continue my investigation, I have to break her line of logic fast. Okay.
Hold it!
Don't you think you're being a bit rash by simply declaring me the culprit? I like my affairs to be simple and perfect. I'll show you the meaning of both when I finish this whole thing within 3 minutes. Hey, you say that like you're cooking a pack of instant noodles. There! I won't allow even 3 seconds of useless testimony to be uttered in my presence. I see she hasn't changed a bit, but I won't allow her to send me to prison so easily. The scene of the crime was here, in the very lounge a body was discovered. From the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until his body was found. The only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. Okay. So I should press.
Hold it!
So tell me, Francisca, do you know all there is to know about the crime scene? I know all that I need to know in order to arrest you. And nothing more? Are you saying there is more I need to know? Ah! Why did you whip me, sir? Sorry, Scruffy. My hand must have slipped. It would appear that Francisca doesn't have all the facts of the case yet.
Hold it!
What do you mean by seen? Please stop pretending like you don't know. It's insulting. Obviously, I'm talking about Mr. Hicks was seen calling for an attendant at 5 a.m. And then, from the time after that call until the body was found.
Hold it!
While it's true that I was in the lounge the whole time, that fact alone does not make me the criminal. We'll see about that at the conclusion of this investigation. However, there's one thing that even you must admit at this time.
Hold it!
Under the circumstances, I suppose I can agree that I am the most likely suspect. But I believe in you, sir. I don't think you did it. Miss Funcomma's gotta believe that too, right? I mean, you two are like siblings. Ow! Quiet, Scruffy. Even if we are related by blood, that's no guarantee that he's not a criminal. Francisca, I demand to see some proof that you're not the guilty party. The likeliest suspect, huh? What a roundabout euphemism. But it would appear that she doesn't yet know about the new evidence that we acquired and where we acquired it. I'll take care of the gaps in her logic, one hole at a time. Okay?
Objection!
Why is it not this one? Ouch, I was just trying to follow your lead, sir. That you would allow a subordinate to take over your disgrace. Grr! I guess that wasn't it. Okay.
Hold it! Objection!
Huh. Okay.
Hold it!
She doesn't know about the bag just yet. The luggage. Oh, it's here. Okay. I forgot. Okay. Yeah, that is more she needs to know. Okay. It's here.
Objection!
I presented at the on the wrong box of conversation. It would appear that you did not have all the information that you needed after all. And what does that mean? I found a nice piece of evidence just before I was forced to stop investigating. A piece that proves that the body was moved from a different location. The killer used this suitcase to move the victim's body, meaning that the real scene of the crime is not this lounge at all.
Objection!
Now who's the one rashly jumping to conclusions? Excuse me? All you did was find this piece of cloth inside the suitcase. That doesn't prove the body was moved. It could be that the killer simply chose that suitcase as a good place to hide the cloth. I suspected you would come to that conclusion. It would seem I can't escape that easily. You should know better than that. A Von Kama is perfect in every way. But did you know that the killer definitely wheeled a suitcase around at some point?
Objection!
As if there is proof of that. There is a proof of that that this suitcase would move around? Yes, of course. The spilled grape juice in front of the elevator. Yes, and I'd like to draw your attention to this area here. Where is the evidence that proves the killer dragged the suitcase through here? Of course, it's
Take
here.
that!
This mark here. Would you say that it looks suspiciously like tracks from two wheels? I suppose. Further, there's also grape juice residue on the wheels of the suitcase. This means that the suitcase containing the victim's body definitely passed through here. I suppose it means that the killer did move the victim's body from somewhere else. I'm glad you've come to your senses.
Objection!
Not so fast. This still doesn't put you in the clear. Not by the long shot. Francisca's logic part 2. You prepared yourself and acquired the piggy bank before the plane hit that turbulence. And then, you waited for the victim in the lounge where you beat him to death. Then, while you were in the elevator with the victim's body stuffed into the suitcase, the plane hit that patch of turbulence and out flew the body from within the suitcase. With no way out, you hastily put the suitcase back where you had taken it from, and pretended to be the discoverer of the body. What, Francisca? Not a bad bit of logic for something you thought of on the fly. Just what are you insinuating? That I'll show you exactly how flawed your logic is. No matter how strong of a face you put on, not even you can hide fears from me. I was exposed to the flaws in her logic in one fell swoop. Before the plane hit that turbulence, that is not true because the piggy bank was out of the case after.
Hold it!
I'm gonna keep pressing her because I want to read every conversation that they would have. And how do you suppose I was able to take the piggy bank out of its display case? As I recall, the case was locked. That's easy. If the case was locked, you simply had to hit the glass like this. Yow! You have shattered my heart of glass. So she wants to talk about the in-flight shop and the Captain Hugo bank, does she? That takes care of how you obtained the murder weapon. And then you waited for... Okay.
Hold it!
I thought there wasn't any of the victim's blood found in the lounge. I thought you'd say that. What? Did you think I wouldn't have noticed? I think you just found a way to cleverly hide the blood splatter in the lounge by accidentally spilling grape juice on top of it. Ah, you accusing me of tampering with the crime scene now? We'll see, won't we? The forensic scientists are hard at work on that as we speak. And what do you propose I did after that?
Hold it!
So I put the victim's body into the suitcase and then... Where was I headed, Francisca? That's pretty obvious. You were bringing it to first class where you could safely keep an eye on it. We're talking about this thing, you know. I'd hardly call it discreet or ordinary. Annoying brat. Well then, you were intending to leave it inside the elevator. But unfortunately for you, a wrench was thrown into your plans because...
Hold it!
You've experienced turbulence on a flight before. Of course, many times. You get used to it after a while. The patch we hit was especially rough, and I passed out briefly, but only for a second. Good thing it was only for a sec, sir. It'd been bad if you had really blanked out. Yes, indeed. It was actually for 10 whole minutes. Unfortunately, blanking out is exactly what got me into this mess in the first place. That's enough for you, idle chatter. I'm not through with you yet, Miles Edgeworth.
Hold it!
If I really were a criminal, do you think I would be so easily caught? You're certainly in the middle of being caught right now. I have to find a contradiction fast, or I won't have much of my own hide left to save. I have to say, you're looking rather caught right now, and I'll tell you exactly what you did after that. You littered around in the lounge.
Hold it!
I didn't pretend to be anything. I really was the first to discover the victim's body. I suppose that's true. So then you're yielding to my statements? Don't be foolish. I still insist that you are the killer, but in that sense, you really were the first to discover the body to be dead. No matter what I say, she seems dead set on making me out to be the killer. Her logic is reasonably sound, and the large majority of it reflects the truth. But there is one point about it that is not quite right. It's after the turbulence. The fact that you took this piece of evidence into account in your testimony is to be commended. Your legal prowess is certainly something to be feared. Evidence and logic, essential tools that those who stand in a courtroom must learn to master. But what if there was a fake piece of evidence thrown into the mix? A fake? This Captain Ugo piggy bank is just such a fake, and it is not the real murder weapon. What? The timing of when the bank was taken from the shop is important, and it was taken after the turbulence had occurred. But then, what about the blood on the bank? What do you make of that? I assume it was added after the murder when the killer fabricated this weapon. Looking at it this way, the killer basically did 3 things after the turbulence. After exiting the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase to the shop and left it there. Then the killer proceeded to pick the bank up from off the floor, then took it to fabricate a fake murder weapon by hitting the victim on the head. Finally, the victim's wallet was planted on my personage, in my pocket to be precise. Everything was done so that I would be framed for the murder of Mr. Aggie Hicks. Agby! You there! Yes, ma'am! Other than this piggy bank, was anything else resembling a murder weapon found? We didn't find anything in this lounge or in the shop that could be used as one, ma'am. Most of the items that could have been used were broken during the turbulence, and the remaining items all tested negative for any trace of blood. I see. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it appears your stall tactics are at an end. But it's possible that it's just hidden somewhere, sir. Hey! If the criminal had wanted to hide the weapon in a safer place, I think the weapon would have been hidden in the same place as a body cloth. Exactly what I was thinking. Because the cloth was hidden inside a suitcase, it signals to me that the killer had not prepared a more secure place to hide the evidence. Which means that the real murder weapon is either still on the murderer's personage or is still at the real crime scene.
Objection!
There's one more possibility, and that would be that the piggy bank is in fact the real weapon. But then we just... Let me finish. The killer took the bank out of a display case before the turbulence by opening the lock on the display case door. And it was at the time that the glass pane in the door was broken. I'd say that's a perfectly reasonable line of reasoning, wouldn't you? Let's see. So that means the killer had the key to the display case. Francisca, the person you're talking about. Not so fast, I'm not finished. The person I'm talking about also committed another sin. She tricked the captain and granted you permission to conduct your investigation. Yes, it is a sin of lying. Speaking of which, I recall that you also wished to speak with her. Yes. Very well. Permission granted, but only if I can sit in on your interrogation. Do we understand each other? I have no intention of interrogating her, but you're welcome to accompany me if you so wish. Miss Tanero is in the flight attendant's room. Let's move. You, hurry and solve your murder! If you do not, how am I supposed to have my cargo returned to me? If you could please be patient just a little longer, Miss LeBlanc. Hurry and solve it, like a strike of thunder. It's as fast as lightning. And believe me, if I could, I would. I've been told by Miss Von Kama that you can now enter the flight attendant's room. Please feel free to look around. Thank you. Now to unravel Miss Tanero's true intentions. Yeah. Oh man, there's a really pretty lady in that plane over there. Ah! She's looking over here! Quick, sir! Wave at her with me, please! I refuse to be your wingman on this. There are a few copies of Sky magazine in the magazine rack. This month's special, looks like... Is it English trivia quiz? Oh, I've got one. What starts with I and means boldly rude and disrespectful? The answer is most definitely insolent. Time's up, sorry sir, but the correct answer is insolvent. Detective Gumshoe, don't tell me your English ability is at the same level as him. He always referenced to Phoenix, and I love that. It's so cute. They've got a piano on this plane. Hey, do you think I can try it out, sir? I think you would know better than to randomly touch things at the crime scene, detective. Besides, I didn't know you know how to play. Of course I do. I'm practically proficient. Interesting, the things you learn about people on a daily basis. I can get Do and Ray to come out just right, sir. 2 notes is not a proficient pianist me. Detective. Mr. Nero is in the flight attendant's room. Let's move. That blue door over there leads to the flight attendant's room, sir. All right, let's go see what Mr. Nero has to say for herself. Hey, this statue. What about it, detective? Did you notice something? I saw this guy in a dream last night. The resemblance is uncanny, sir. You saw him in your dreams? Well, yeah, I saw him and then I arrested him. I wanted to show you just how vital I am in your partnership. Being useful in your sleeve is of no help to me in the real world, detective. Looks like we can't go beyond here, sir. Plus, the body has been sent off to the medical examiner's office for an autopsy. The man in the seat was constantly drinking something. You know, right before the payday, I do nothing but drink the soup from my instant noodles. That much sodium can't be healthy. You might want to go in for a checkup. Oh, did you really think it was serious, Mr. Edgeworth? What? I'm sorry, sir. I'll never make another joke like that again. What's this? What is it, detective? Did you find an important piece of evidence? A giant parfait on top of bread and steak? Paint me jealous, sir. It's a feast. Maybe you should just let him have the giant parfait so that we can move on. The man in the seat was the one we saw earlier out in the airport lobby hyperventilating. If he's so scared to fly, then why take an airplane to begin with? Yeah, if he's that scared, he should have caught a ferry or a cruise ship or something. By the way, were you okay with all the turbulence, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, it was nothing I couldn't handle. I should have figured, right? As if you'd get on a plane if you were scared of them. Indeed. There's a really big floaty, but isn't it a bit too early in the year for swimming? Detective, that is not for swimming. It's a lifesaver. So you can't swim with one of these? No, I mean, I suppose you could, but that's not what they're intended for. Well then, C. C is the same as a floaty. You shouldn't go around confusing people, sir. Why do you feel like I've just kicked a puppy? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I think you have too many red knights on this board. It's just your imagination. And it looks like that blue pond is being completely surrounded by the red knights. Oh! Blue and red. Now you're seeing things. Sir, I don't think you're supposed to have lots of the same piece like in checkers. I know that, detective. What do you think? What do you take me for? This was my scene. Wow, you read law books even when you're flying, sir? Were you expecting anything less? Now, come along, we must hurry to the crime scene. Hold on a sec. There's a different book stuck in here. The Steel Samurai Detective Gumshoe? Am I going to have to charge you with invasion of privacy? A prosecutor's true passion. This was the victim's seat. His jacket's just lying there. And his spilled leftover coffee's still here too. I don't suppose anyone ever expects to die. I'm sorry for the late introduction. I'm Miles Edgeworth, prosecutor. I'm one of the attendants. I believe one of the attendants asked you in my stead for your permission to investigate. Ah, yes, you must be the prosecutor. Miss Meal was telling me about. I remember telling her you could investigate the in-flight shop or something of the sort. Then I guess it's true. Miss Tarnero didn't ask him for permission on my behalf. Oh, sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm the captain of... Thank you for your help. I think this is about all the useful information I'm going to get from this man. If I may have a word with you, Miss Meal. No, you may not have a word with me. I want to assure you that the lady is a fellow prosecutor. Her name is Francisca von Kama. I don't care who she is. She's talking with Mon Capitaine. I sense Miss Meal is a type who considers every other woman to be a threat. Oh, a movie poster. So what's it for, sir? License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder? Apparently, though, I don't know what it's about. Oh, that movie is an in-flight special. I can't recommend it enough. Ah! When you talk like that, you sound just like Miss Rhoda, and you know how I hate that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean for it to come out like that, Cammy. This man really needs a solid crack of Francisca's whip. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, this urn's got a seatbelt straps tightly around it. It must be of great value to Mr. LeBlanc then. Yeah, I guess if you don't want to churn your urn, then it's always best to buckle up. Obviously, but did it have anything to do with the case, detective? Nobody gets my jokes. No. Mr. Edgeworth, what is this super expensive looking feast of Jurassic proportions? It's just the food they serve in first class. Wow, I'm so jealous, sir. I want to ride in first class sometime. Right, when pigs fly and I own my own private jet. Poor him. Don't bully him. There's nothing supernatural about earthquakes and elevators. Although, is it just me or do elevators have a long standing hatred for me? I don't think we have anything to do outside. Wait, why is it still not being... Yeah, I want it to be completely checked, or I won't be able to make it. Mr. Edgeworth, we've got to help. We've got to get him some water. Found it, La. Phew. good thing it was a false alarm. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? So his Steel Samurai is finally getting a movie. Completely ignoring me as usual. Okay. Okay, we talk about this. Okay, we talked about this and they're all checked. Okay. Oh, what about this one? No. Okay. Relax, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm here. I'll make sure nothing else happens. You're precisely why I can't relax. Go to flight center in Laos, I think. Yeah, you have to. But I'm checking everything. I know. Okay. March 12, 2:23 p.m. Flight Gene 390, first floor, flight attendant's room. So you're the one that poked around inside this plane without the captain's permission. Deviating from the flight attendant's manual is very unbecoming, you know. What were you hoping to accomplish by doing that? Mr. Nero. Mr. Edgeworth, you're here too? Can you please help us and shed some light on why you did what you did? All right. It's pretty easy to tell who sleeps in which bunk just by looking. I'm most certain that the well-kept one up top belongs to Mr. Nero. Ew, this bottom one is a giant mess. You slow and squalid scoundrel of a man. You dare to scrutinize a woman's bed and invade her privacy? Meow! There are some things in life best kept to yourself, detective. This door leads to the cargo hold, but I can't let you through without Miss Fannamen's express permission. It's not a bad way to handle the situation if it was any old case, but this isn't. So between you and Miss Fanname, who's better at that job? Oh, there's no comparison to be made, detective. None. What is all this junk inside these boxes? There's no rhyme or reason to any of it. That's how lost and found, Mr. Edgeworth. Gold crowns and swords and necklaces? It's like a treasure trove in there, sir. The fact that these were left on the plane implies they were carried onto it to begin with. Something tells me that it's time for Goyo to send his metal detectors out for repairs. And what are inside these boxes? Oh, those are some souvenirs I brought from Virginia. There's so many! There's even a second box! Well, yes, I found that folk art from around the world does great things for my creativity. Those suitcases certainly could have done with a whole lot less of your creativity. It's one of those suitcases designed by Mr. Nero. You can tell it's hardly ever been used by the lack of even a single scratch on it. So these are the attendants' lockers, huh? Let's hurry up and examine them, sir. Why must men always be so rude? Besides, who exactly gave you the permission to search through the attendants' lockers? Wait, detective! It would be uncouth of us to look at a woman's locker without her permission. Yeah, I guess so. Plus, I feel this murderous draft and I can sense a whip not far behind. What exactly is this panel for? That's the emergency control panel for the elevator. We use it to stop the elevator on the first floor and to keep its door open. Ooh. There is sure to be a clue of some sort in this trash can. Detective Gumshoe, you please. Yes, sir. You just leave the rummaging to me. Scruffy, how dare you go through a woman's trash without her permission? Have you no sense of honor? I'm sorry, I'm just doing what Mr. Edgeworth told me to do. Forgive me, detective. Okay. Well, go on. Let's hear out our troublesome attendant out. In due time, I do have one thing I'd like to ask you. Yes? Do you plan to continue using that whip for the foreseeable future? Of course! I've wrangled many a testimony out of people thanks to it. Yeah, and probably a whole ton of yelps. Two! And I'm willing to bet that a majority of them come from you, Detective. Why did you lie about receiving the captain's permission like that? Because I didn't think I would be able to get his permission. What do you mean? The captain, he only has ears for Cammy. I spoke with the captain a little earlier myself. He definitely seems to be rather taken with Miss Meal. Yes, and on top of that, I had mistakenly accused of Mr. Edgeworth of being the killer. I wanted to make amends. In that case, please allow me to thank you for what you did. Thanks to you, I was able to clear myself of all charges. Really? You were able to prove your innocence? Oh, thank goodness. Miss Tenero, is it? There's one more thing I'd like to ask you. You were in the in-flight shop just before the turbulence, weren't you? Please answer honestly. Yes, I was. And why were you there? Well, Why the sudden hesitation? Francisca seemed to have struck a nerve. All I did was go check up in the shop like I always do. You're saying it was for work then? Yes, I'm in charge of the shop, so I have to keep an eye on it. I don't have any reason to go there otherwise. After your visit to the shop, you paid a visit to this room, correct? Yes, I came back to freshen up and adjust my makeup. I'm sorry, but there isn't much else to tell. Mr. Nero claims to have no reason other than duty to go to the shop. But is that all there is to it? Maybe I should ask her about that thing. What was that again? The bag? If you could please take a look at this for me, Miss Tenero. Oh, that suitcase. Yes, about this suitcase, you are the one who designed it, correct? And I think I figured something else out about it. This suitcase is the reason you went to the shop, isn't it? There's nothing you won't find out eventually, is there? Won't you please tell me more about this suitcase? Yes, I was interested in seeing how the suitcases I had designed were selling. I know that as a service professional, I'm not supposed to care, but I really wanted to know, and I was glad to see it was the last one there. The last one there? So you're saying, Mr. Nero, that the suitcase in question was the last one? Yes, they're just so popular they're practically flying off the shelves. That's not exactly the impression I got. The one in the shop is most definitely the last one. Well, we're currently looking at that suitcase. Really? Then I guess we sold all of them. Thank you very much for taking the last one. I didn't say anything about buying it. Then say you'll buy it. I'm sorry, I can't. But why? I think I'd go great with your complexion, Mr. Edgeworth. It really suits you. I guarantee it personally as a service professional. Well, that is... How should I put this? It's hideous. What? Maybe that was a bit too direct. Moving on, my issue with the suitcases is in the design. It's a number of them remaining. Remaining? There were 2 suitcases in the in-flight shop when I investigated it. 2? But that's impossible. I'm sure there was only one. Looks like her story has generated quite a contradiction. When I left the shop, I'm positive there was only 1 suitcase left. Something is amiss here. What could be the meaning of this inconsistency? By the way, Miss Tenero, what is one of those suitcases doing here? I thought you said there was only 1 left. That one it's mine. I've used it for a very long time now. She's used it for a long time? I think not. Mr. Nero, I'd appreciate if you wouldn't lie to me. Excuse me? I don't believe for even a second that you've used it for a very long time. What proofs? There's a price tag on it.
Take that!
Hello! Hello, welcome! Someone bought the suitcase and used it to transport the body and put it back here. I don't think they even bought it to begin with. I think they stole it to transport the body from somewhere. Maybe from the cargo hold? I think the real crime scene should be under the plane, the cargo hold. Tell me, Mr. Nero, is it also your habit to keep the price tag pristine on your suitcase? Ah! What is the meaning of this? Why would you lie about the suitcase? Despite having faith in her design and sense, the sales numbers made her cry bitter tears. The truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. Mr. Nero, I think I understand. I know what you're trying to hide. Now then, the suitcase was originally in... Seeing as how the price tag is still on this suitcase, one can only assume it was out on the floor for sale in the shop. And the person who bought this suitcase was... Oh shit. Herself. It was you, wasn't it, Miss Taneru? I hate to say this, but this suitcase that you designed, it hasn't sold very well, has it? You saw how poorly the design that you poured into pour your heart into was selling. And we're deeply hurt. That's why you wanted to make it look like it was selling by buying it yourself. Isn't that right? Then, the reason you went to the shop and came back here was... I'm sorry. All I really have is my job. I was overjoyed when my design was chosen. I thought that maybe I had finally accomplished something. But the suitcase isn't sell. It's because of the design, isn't it? All because it's, as you put it, hideous. I can't say they chose a great place in which to sell them either. We weren't selling a single one, and they were just sitting there collecting dust. I felt so bad seeing them there, day in and day out. So I decided to buy one for every flight I worked. Aww, that's so sad. You buy one every single time you work a flight? I see, so in order to keep your resolution, you went and bought one today as well. Yes, and there's my receipt for that purchase. This receipt is clearly time-stamped 540. The truth is, there's still a bunch of them left unsold. They're planning to scrap the remaining ones at the end of this flight. Mr. Nero, where are these other suitcases? They should all be down in the cargo hold. Then the suitcase the killer used could very well have come from the cargo hold. Yeah, it's so sad. Then, Mr. Edgeworth, you don't think that the killer used one of my suitcases too? Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases to move the victim's body. How could they? Those suitcases were meant to be faithful partners to our passengers on their trips. That's all I ever wished for them to be. Mr. Nero, is there any other way to get to the cargo hold other than the elevator? The only other way is just through that door there. And what about security? That door has no special lock installed because just to enter this room, you need a special key card that only crew members have access to. Which means that the culprit is someone who can enter this room, eliminating the passengers and leaving only crew members as potential suspects. I can't believe it. Yes, Francisca? Going on this wild goose chases, you're a disgrace to the Von Kammer name. What do you mean by that? The suitcase came from the cargo hold. That fact alone tells the whole story. Yes, which is why I said the culprit must be a crew member who used a key card. Miles Edgeworth! You're proposing that the killer rode the elevator from the cargo hold, correct? Yes, that's the only realistic possibility. That other attendant, Miss Meal. I asked her earlier, and she had this to say. Francisca has got information out of Miss Meal. In order to make the elevator go down the cargo hold, a different key card is required. A different one? Yes, and the only person who holds that particular card is you, Miss Rhoda Tenero. And only you! What Is it true, Mr. Nero? Yes, I keep that key card in my locker at all times. Could you please show us that card right away? Yes, hold on. Ah! I don't believe it! What's wrong? The key card, it's gone! Ha ha ha, very clever. Pretending that your card was stolen when in fact you're just trying to hide it from us. You've really thought this through. Wait, it's not like that. You can tell us all about what it's like down at the station. Officer, arrest this woman. Yes, ma'am. Mr. Edgeworth. What's wrong? There's disbelief written all over your face. Francisca, I know that you are the lead investigator on this case, however. Hold it! Don't even think about wasting any more of my time. You know the rules as well as I do. Evidence speaks louder than words. Even if this isn't a courtroom, that basic tenet still applies. I intend to investigate the cargo hold now. What will you do, Miles Edgeworth? I intend to do likewise. Oh my god, and it's been 3 hours already. Let's go! March 12, 2:52 p.m. Flight G390 lower deck cargo hold. I feel like stopping the game here because it's gonna take another like an hour or two to finish this. So I'm gonna end the stream here and we'll start. Or should we go for another one? But I'm hungry, so I am going to stop the stream and the stream will be continued on Sunday. So please, please, please wait for me. Wait for me on there because I'm hungry now. I'm hungry. It's 1 o'clock here and I haven't had lunch. So yeah, and I've been talking a lot too, reading all these, so I really think I need to rest. So I'm very, very sorry if it's like a cliffhanger here because it is a cliffhanger to me too. So yeah, thank you so much everybody for coming. Thank you. It's becoming more intense, yeah, of course. Very fun today, thank you. Thank you, and please wait for Sunday. I'll be here at 10 o'clock as, the same time, I think. The same time, yeah, at 10 o'clock. So, yeah, I will post my schedule up. I forgot to post it up here, but I will post it up after later, okay? So, yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for coming, and I hope to see you again later. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much. It's such a fun game, isn't it? Let's see. Let's see, who should I be rating? Yu-jung! Okay, I'm gonna be rating Yu-jung, so please say hi to her, okay? And please give her all the love. I love Yu-jung so much. Thank you so much, everybody. And I'll be seeing you later. Bye-bye. Kiraryoku! Over and out.